Roll clones, and how about those Chiefs? We are back behind the microphone for podcasting, not just interacting, not just hearing from you guys. We're back for a full hour podcast once a week. My name is Aiden Caldwell. I'm a dire Chiefs and Cyclones fan and a follower of Jesus Christ. And for the first time since November of 2025, the weekly podcast is back. And it's here to stay this time. We're going to get to your questions and comments in just a little bit. We will be live on YouTube. We will be live on TikTok. We will be live on X. Let me actually transfer this over really quick as we're talking so that people on X can view it. I'm excited, guys. We are back behind the microphone and ready to rock and roll, man. Like I have been waiting to get back to podcasting from the Cyclone Fanatic account. Obviously, we've got a lot of fun stuff going on at Cyclone Central, but it is something special when you can come behind the microphone for your own channel and be able to have some fun with people and talk ball. So as you guys join on, leave a question, leave a comment. We're going to get to them in just a little bit. We got some Chiefs and Cyclones to talk about because fall camp has started. Chiefs are in the middle of training camp, and there is a lot of takeaways to get to. Let me post this on X really quick, and we will get into it. I appreciate y'all for joining on and liking and subscribing and all those different things. We'll get to all the housekeeping in just a little bit. But we're back, guys. And we're back. And the most important thing of us being back is the fact that we will be able to put these things out in short form content and whatever comes with YouTube lives and TikTok lives and being on X and all the different stuff. So I got the chat open on TikTok. I got the chat open on YouTube. If you want to leave a question or comment, we will get to them in just a little bit. But let's talk about Iowa State and fall camp starting. We're in day 2 of fall camp for the Iowa State Cyclones. We've heard from Jimmy Rogers and his passionate opening press conference. He does not give any ground to anybody. He is all about winning. He is all about being in the building. He is all about being here and being a winner and being a part of something special in Ames that goes so far beyond the best version of yourself, trusting the process, all the coach speak that we've heard over the years. You heard from Tyler Roll today, and you heard from Tyler Fortenberry and Jalen Rayner today. And guys, my biggest takeaway from Iowa State fall camp so far, these freshman wide receivers are something else. I mean, but I don't even know his name or how to pronounce his name. His last name is Polite. Jamal Polite, I believe his name is. And I want to be polite about Jamal Polite because the man made a one-hand snag. It was nasty. Absolutely nasty. We put it up on our Twitter page. If you want to go follow us over there. Let's get the housekeeping out of the way first and foremost. We're on YouTube. We're on X. We're on TikTok. We are on... Where else are we at? We're everywhere around here. Those are the 3 main socials that we're on so far. We posted that on our X. If you want to go follow us there for more Chiefs and Cyclones content. We got a Disney YouTube page for our family. If you guys are into Disney type of stuff, we have a lot of fun over there as well, me and my wife. And Cyclone Central, our exclusive Iowa State podcast. We will put all the links to that in the description below. But Iowa State's fall camp and Jamal Polite with the one-hand snag a day after Ty Claiborne entered the chat, entered the party and said, golly, I got one too, bro. I got a one-hand snag too. And you hear people in the comments on X and Iowa Hawkeye fans, oh, that's not a catch. It's not a catch. All right. But keep talking. It's fall camp. Nobody really cares about it anyways. Back-to-back one-hand catches for the first 2 days of fall camp. And we got Tyler Roll comparing the freshman wide receivers to building a cabinet and having multiple tools in the chest and multiple tools on the tool belt that you can put into play. Come on, man. Come on. That's what I'm saying, bro. It is exciting to have football back, first and foremost. But it's also exciting to have a new era of Cyclone football. And I know we'd love to have Matt Campbell and all the boys back. But at the same time, it's good to have all that done with, man. It just is. It's good to have all that done with and all of that gone. Because the most important thing about Iowa State football right now is the next day. Can you stack days and be a part of something special with Jimmy Rogers? Because if it doesn't happen this year, it's happening soon, guys. It's happening very soon. And what I mean by it is Big 12 contention again. You might laugh. You might laugh your head off and say, AJ, you're nuts. You sure about that? It's that meme. You sure about that? Are you sure about that? Because Jimmy Rogers isn't here to play. He is not here to mess around, guys. He's here to win. He's here to provide something that Ames, Iowa can be proud of. And not give coach speaking answers, but give answers that back up what he wants to bring here. What he says is what he means, guys. He's not just someone who talks the talk. He is walking the walk. Again, we're live here every single week. We're going to get into some comments in just a second for those of you guys joining on. I appreciate everything about this new era of Cyclone football. I just do. And as you saw the title of tonight's podcast and the title of tonight's episode, Christian McCaffery and Aiden Flora being pronounced in the same sentence, is that an actual thing? Is Aiden Flora, they think that highly of Aiden Flora this year? I'm not saying he's going to be Christian McCaffery, but in terms of his role, do they think that highly of him? He could be that good, guys. He could be that good in terms of his multifaceted role. He's not going to be Christian McCaffery. Just be real about that. He's not going to be Christian McCaffery. What he can do, though, is be in the return game, in the pass game, and in the run game. Because he's RB1, guys. He's RB1. And Cam Petaway is going to slot in there as well. You're going to have Arnold Barnes, who we just talked about on the offensive preview of Cyclone Central. We'll link that in the show notes as well. Aiden Flora provides something to Iowa State that is going to be unique to the team this year and helpful for the team this year. And that is a player that can do a lot of different things on the field. Iowa State's not going to be offensively heavy. They're going to be a defensive-minded team. They're going to be a team that is bulked up on the defense. They're loaded, guys. They're a loaded. They could be one of the best defenses in the Big 12. They just could. The offense is what's going to make or break the season for Iowa State. That's fair to say, I think. I think it's fair to say that the offense is what will make or break this team. And that's why I'm not really too high on Iowa State. We're in early August. In just a couple of weeks, I'm going to be giving my full season preview and predictions on our YouTube channel if you want to check that out. But what Iowa State is this year is a team that can exceed expectations. The only way they can exceed expectations, though, is by the offense playing above their pay grade. That means Jalen Rayner balls out. That means Aiden Flora turns into more than just RB1. He turns into a bell cow. Or Cam Petaway. Just one of the running backs separates themselves and is unbelievable. And then it means that these wide receivers that we keep hearing are being hyped up, they actually come through and play ball. They play meaningful snaps for Iowa State. If all of that happens because of what we know the defense is going to be, by the way, that defense is without Braden Knowles. If all of that happens, Iowa State could be an 8-14 this year. Because I don't think the offense is going to get there, I've fallen within the 5 to 7 win range. I will solidify that and lock that in a couple of weeks. So don't go anywhere. Make sure you like and subscribe for all Chiefs and Cyclones content because I'm giving you my actual record prediction for Iowa State in just a mere couple of weeks. So where does that leave Iowa State when we hear from Tyler Fortenberry, when we hear from Jalen Rayner, and you hear from Tyler Roll, and they're all passionate about the team and all this different stuff? What it means is we're in a new era. And as much as we hate Rocco Becht, and I hate him just as much as the next person, guys, I've lost respect and despise him. We're not here to talk about Penn State tonight. But Rocco Becht was super talented. Brock Purdy was super talented. Seneca Wallace was super talented. Jalen Rayner's got a lot to live up to. And I don't think that he can live up to it. I just don't. Those of you guys that are just joining on, we're talking Cyclones, the first half of the podcast. We're talking Chiefs, the second half of the podcast. We're getting to your questions and comments at the end of the show, so make sure you stay tuned. I like Jalen Reagor. I think he's a great quarterback, a great leader of men. I don't think he's Brock O'Becht. I don't think he's Brock Purdy. If he is, Iowa State's going to the playoff. Because I would... do I want to say this? I like Jimmy Rodgers a lot. I like his mindset already, and I like his chances in big games if Jalen Reagor is a superstar. Dare I say I like his chances more than Matt Campbell in big games. Because as great as Matt Campbell was, every Cyclone fan knows when it comes to big games, Matt Campbell quivered. He came up short. He was way too coach speaky and way too underwhelming in his preparation that in the biggest games of his life in Big 12 championships where you win and you're into the college football playoff, you get blown out or you lose in heartbreaking fashion. If Jalen Reagor is a superstar and Iowa State goes ballistic and they just start rattling off wins and they're the new Indiana or whatever it is, I like Jimmy Rodgers in that spot in a big game. Let me be clear. I don't think Jalen Reagor is a superstar. I think he's going to be serviceable. I think he's going to be good. I don't think he's going to be really good. I don't think he's going to be great. I think he will make mistakes. He was a quarterback at Arkansas State for a long time. If Jalen Reagor proves me wrong, I will be the first one excited that I was wrong about him. The first one excited. I am very, very, very surprised that I feel this good about Iowa State. I'm very surprised because after everything that's happened since December, to have this type of a team already and this type of a head coach who's voting for himself in the Big 12 championship game because he believes that much in winning, it's all you can ask for. It's all you can ask for. So where does that leave Iowa State or through the first 3 days of fall camp? You're excited about the wide receivers. You're pumped about the people in the building and the mindset that they have and the fire of your head coach and the intensity of your offensive coordinator and the leadership of your quarterback. He's been watching film of SEMO for 2 months plus. And what it means is, can you stack days? The next important day for the new era of Cyclone football is the next day. We're not worried about down the line yet. And then just see what happens come the season. The first three of the first six. There we go. We got there. 3 of the first 6 games for Iowa State are against ranked opponents. Utah, BYU, and Iowa are 3 of the first 6. That's going to tell us a lot about Iowa State. I'll give a full record prediction for all of those games on our YouTube channel, on a playlist on our YouTube channel. I'll give more info about it on the podcast as well. I'm excited. And not because I think Iowa State's going to go 11-1 or 10-2. I'm excited because of the culture it's being built. And not this falsy, coach-speaky culture. Real winning culture that Ames, Iowa can be proud of. That doesn't shrink in the big moments. To some questions and comments before we continue on with the Chiefs side of this as training camp rolls on and we're not sure what's going on with Monster Delane. I got a lot of takes on the whole Cyrus Allen situation that you guys have given me some thoughts about. Nick says Iowa State's going 3-9. I don't think they'll be that bad. I don't think they'll be that bad. Nick on TikTok saying Iowa State's going 3-9. I think they'll be better than that. I really do. Poor guy won't see another bowl ever. I think Iowa State will make a bowl, even this year, potentially. SEMO going to wreck the Cyclones. I highly doubt that. SEMO is not a quality football program. Iowa has no culture. They're going to be lucky to get into the playoffs again. Iowa football's in a rough spot, guys. Iowa football doesn't have a quarterback. So I don't know what we're talking about. Texas Tech and Chiefs fan here. Wreckham, KC. I can get behind that. Patrick Mahomes, Texas Tech player. We're going to get to the Chiefs in just a second. V-Dubs, better stats than Rocco last year. This is Rayner, I guess. Cut down the interceptions, and he's way better, improved every year. If Rayner's better than Rocco Becht, Iowa State's got a chance to make the playoffs because the defense is going to be loaded, and you have potential talent on the outside. Like you have potential stuff on the outside. Pats to the bowl. We're going to talk about the Chiefs in just a second. Patriots are going to regress a little bit, I think. Roll Tide. Yeah, Alabama's going to regress as well. Go Broncos. Broncos going to regress. Come on now. Come on. Do we have a SEMO fan in the chat? SEMO 62, Cyclones 21. Iowa State would burn their football program to the ground if that happened. Mahomes is washed. I'm so glad we got a TikTok troll in the comments. I'm so glad you brought that up. Let's talk about Patrick Mahomes for a second as Chiefs training camp is rolling on. Guys, did he actually tear his ACL? I'm going to buy into the to the fake injury crowd for a second. Guys, he looks better. And I told y'all, I tried to tell y'all after he tore his ACL that Tom Brady, when he came back off an ACL, was better than before. Guys, Mahomes looks better. Mahomes looks so much better after he tore his ACL. He's running speed options. He's running read options. He's scrambling out the pocket. He's dinking and dunking. He's throwing deep balls. His deep ball looks the best it's ever been, bro. 15. 1-5. 15 in red. 15 in white. Whatever you want to call him. He's the Grim Reaper, and he's coming back for everything people took from him the past 2 years. The dude is an alien. He's built different. He's playing in week 1. The crowd that said he's not going to play till Thanksgiving, go watch a training camp video from today, bud. I'll give you a little first down celebration for that for our audio crowd. Go watch training camp today and tell me Patrick Mahomes is not playing in week 1. Faked his injury. Oh, he didn't actually tear his ACL. Okay. Go tell Micah Parsons he didn't actually tear his ACL. Go tell Daniel Jones he didn't actually tear his Achilles. Go tell Adrian Peterson he didn't actually tear his ACL when he came back and was the rushing leader the following year. Guys, people sometimes come back better after ACL injuries. They sometimes come back better. We got people saying Patrick Mahomes is never going back to the playoffs again. We actually think the Chiefs are going to miss the playoffs over and over and over again. When you got Kenneth Walker in the backfield now, and you got Patrick Mahomes with a chip on his shoulder is being doubted and neglected and disrespected, the dude is on a mission this year. And he's got an actual running back, guys. The man's won 3 Super Bowls without an 1,000-yard rusher. Do we understand that? Or are we just ignorant to the fact that Patrick Mahomes is still the cream of the crop? He's still the gatekeeper for GOAT success. He's still the gatekeeper for the best quarterback in the NFL. I don't want to hear your Josh Allen garbage. I respect Josh Allen as a player. He crumples in the biggest moments. The last time we saw Josh Allen, he turned the ball over 4 times, had the ball with a chance to win, and threw a pick. The year before that, you want to talk about the year before that? Had the ball with a chance to win and got 17 yards. The year before that, you want to talk about the year before that? Had the ball with a chance to win and came up short. Do you see a pattern? Patrick Mahomes is still the standard. Patrick Mahomes is still the standard. And this crowd that keeps saying he's not coming back the same way. He's not coming back the same way. We need a new QB. We need this. Y'all trolling. Go outside. Smell the roses. Enjoy some sunshine. Log off if that's your take. Until you're ready for some real analysis and respect the king that is still the king of the NFL, just log off. Log off and go enjoy a different hobby. Because NFL analysis is not NFL analysis unless it's talking about Patrick Mahomes in the upper tier of NFL talent. And that's just Patrick Mahomes at training camp, guys. Can we talk about Peter Woods? Can we talk about the fact that he has, as we've titled this episode as well, saved the Chiefs? Guys, the defensive line is the best it's ever been with Patrick Mahomes. Maybe outside of Frank Clark. Maybe outside of the Frank Clark year where he was getting after people, this is the best it's ever been across the board, where every single guy on the defensive line can go wreak havoc. I'm talking R. Mason Thomas, who's looked like an absolute maniac coming off the edge. I'm talking about Chris Jones. You already know about him. I'm talking about George Karlaftis, who is out for blood this year because of how bad his last season was. And then I'm talking about Peter Woods. The man is a wrecking ball. The man does not get stopped. Poor Kingsley Suamataia. I love the brother. I think he's going to have a great season at left guard. He's been getting absolutely toddlered by Peter Woods. He's been getting dunked on. It's the equivalent of getting posterized what Peter Woods is doing to that man. He saved the Chiefs overnight. In just 1 week, Peter Woods has completely changed the defensive line of the Kansas City Chiefs. And thank goodness, because everything else, besides Patrick Mahomes and Peter Woods and maybe Kenneth Walker, looks a little iffy. Monster Delane, yet to be in pads. When he's been in pads, he's had a yellow jersey. I don't even think he's worn pads. And if he has, he's had the same color jersey as the quarterbacks. How serious is this shoulder injury, man? Is this a serious thing that's going on? Or do we actually have to worry about Monster Delane? How serious is this? Because I will tell you, if it is serious, and this man doesn't play a full season, and so help me, Jordan Tyson has a Rookie of the Year quality season with the New Orleans Saints, I will lose my mind. You went into the draft knowing you needed edge rusher help, you needed wide receiver help, and then maybe you needed cornerback help and secondary help. But Dave Merritt's the cornerback whisperer. You could get anybody. You traded up to get Monster Delane because you were worried about Jordan Tyson and his injury concerns. He hasn't been healthy in a while. And look what's happening. Jordan Tyson looks straight out of a video game at Saints training camp. And Monster Delane is walking in the same color jersey as Patrick Mahomes. Not good, guys. It's not good. What happens if Monster Delane's okay? Monster Delane's okay. The Chiefs might be going back to the Super Bowl. Because you have a pass rush now. The rest of your secondary is looking fine. Noel Williams, L'Jarius Sneed, Jaden Kennedy's making plays in training camp. Jamari Connor, I love the brother, but he's finally back at safety and he can't let us down at slot corner anymore. Kader Kohu's making plays. The secondary looks fine. And then if the linebackers are healthy, the defense is loaded. If they're healthy. Because all the linebackers are hurt. Every single one of them. Nick Bolton is the only healthy one, and he's always working through something. We're going to get to some comments in just a second about the Chiefs training camp. We just finished talking about Iowa State fall camp. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. We're doing this every single week, and we're having some fun doing it. I don't know what to think about this whole Cyrus Allen situation. Because what's happened is Cyrus Allen gets hurt because he's on special teams, because he's a gunner on a punt, where most of the injuries happen in the NFL. You don't need to look up data to understand that that is one of the most injury-prone positions because of what your role is, to run like a chicken with your head cut off and run somebody over or get decleated. That's what a gunner on a punt return is. Cyrus Allen gets hurt doing that. And there's a whole uproar with this crowd of why was he playing special teams? And you have this other part of the crowd saying, well, he's a rookie. He's supposed to be playing special teams. And then the article comes out. Thank you, Mr. Albert Breer. And this is where it got funky. The Chiefs come out in an interview with Albert Breer. I don't know who talked to Albert Breer, if it's someone to the organization, if it's some equipment manager, but they make it known to Albert Breer that Cyrus Allen reminds them of Stephon Diggs. He reminds them of Stephon Diggs. The Kansas City Chiefs organization spent a 5th-round pick wide receiver on a guy who they believe, quote, will be a major contributor to the offense. And you sit back and you're like, wow, that sounds pretty cool. Except for the fact you put that guy at gunner on punt return. You didn't have him returning the punts. You didn't have him being a side blocker where he doesn't have to run much. You had him running stride for stride with a scrub, all due respect, and gets run into by Kaiir Elam, a bust currently. The Chiefs got Kaiir Elam from the Cowboys, who got him from the Dolphins or wherever it was. Kaiir Elam has been a bust. And the reason why I know that is he's a gunner on punt return. Why is he next to Cyrus Allen? What is Cyrus Allen doing on gunner? If he is that important to the Chiefs, and as I've said for weeks, he is that important to the Chiefs. If he is all those things, what in the world is he doing on special teams? Period. If he's the next Stephon Diggs, if he's a major contributor to the offense, when you know the Chiefs wide receiver room is unbelievably rough. Cyrus Allen, how rough is the Chiefs wide receiver room? Let me tell you. Cyrus Allen and Xavier Worthy get hurt, and the Chiefs' first team wide receivers, not second team, not third team, not practice squad, the first team wide receivers for the first day of padded practices were Andrew Armstrong, Jalen Royals, and Tyquan Thornton. Tyquan is wide receiver one in that scenario. That's not his role. Jalen Royals might get cut at training camp. And Andrew Armstrong, every Chiefs fan found out about him 2 days ago. And God love him, he is balling out. But he's not wide receiver 2 or 3. If Cyrus Allen's that important, let me even back up more. If Cyrus Allen had gotten hurt playing wide receiver, I'd be upset. But I wouldn't be frustrated with where he was playing. I'd be upset about the injury. Like, injuries happen. The injury-prone nature of playing gunner is so common. And you're putting a guy that we come to find out is the guy that you're putting the eggs in the basket of. And saying, this can help our offense. Which, through 3 days before the Pats came on, he was helping your offense. He was making one-handed catches. He was developing chemistry with Patrick Mahomes and trust with Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes was throwing the ball his way doggone every time he was on the field with him. And that's the guy that Dave Tobe's like, come here, young blood. Oh, coach, you want me to go return punts? No, I want you to go be a gunner and run as fast as you can right next to another man's legs and hope you don't trip or hope you don't get a shin bruise. Oops, he did. Now you might say, AJ, calm down. He's going to be fine. It's just a shin bruise. I don't care. He should have never been in that spot. Because when he initially got hurt, everyone feared the worst, and rightfully so. Does that mean the Chiefs' methods need to change? I don't know. Does that mean that training camp needs to change? I don't know. All I know is the Chiefs went 6-11 last year and had to completely change their whole offense this offseason. And by completely changing your whole offense, you brought in guys, even through draft picks, that you hoped could help with that. And those guys that helped with that, you then throw in as a four-phase guy because they're a rookie. But then you come to find out that that rookie is more important than the other rookies before. No one else is being talked about like Cyrus Allen in past years as rookies. Jalen Royals wasn't being talked about like that. Justin Ross sure as heck wasn't being talked about like that. They believe in Cyrus Allen's talent so much that they believe he's going to be a major contributor and could be the next Stephon Diggs. That's why Chiefs fans weren't upset when Stephon Diggs got signed. The only reason they were upset, including me, is because Cyrus Allen's hurt right now. Because we have Stephon Diggs at home, but he's home on the couch with ice on his shins. Because you decided, the Chiefs coach had decided he needs to be a four-phase guy until he proves himself. The amount of Chiefs fans I've heard say that he needs to prove himself and be an established starter. Oh, I don't know. Does being the next Stephon Diggs qualify as being an established starter? Does building trust with Patrick Mahomes qualify as being an established starter? I think so. I think so. Where do the Chiefs sit right now with training camp? You have your cornerback one that's hurt. You have your wide receiver one that I guess is making a couple plays. Do not put your eggs in the basket of him. Do not trust that the Chiefs offense goes as Rashee Rice goes. Don't do that. Please don't do that. You will get your heart broken and you will be led astray. Put your eggs in the basket of Patrick Mahomes and Kenneth Walker and Xavier Worthy, who will be healthy soon, hopefully, who got hurt making a play on offense. You're upset about the injury. You're not upset about where Xavier Worthy was playing. Completely different than Cyrus Allen. Completely different. And then you have the linebacker injuries. The only things that are steady right now is your quarterback coming off a torn ACL. The offensive line, which looks great, by the way. Shout out Khalil Benson. Looks to be the starting right tackle for the Chiefs. Kenneth Walker, who is your paid running back, who now it looks like a cheap deal. Veach Masterclass again. Looks like a cheap deal because of all of the running back deals that happened today. And then you have Cyrus Allen. Those are the guys that are really stepping up and showing you there is something to like about Chiefs training camp. Can everyone please, for the love of everything good, please stay healthy? Please, oh, please, oh, please stay healthy. I am so excited for the Chiefs, but I am just begging everyone to stay healthy. Let's get to some comments and some questions from you guys as you're tuning in here live on TikTok and on YouTube. Let's see if we got any comments on X as well. As we get ready to rock and roll every single week here live on YouTube. I appreciate you guys joining on. I appreciate everything that you guys are doing for this channel. It's been an awesome journey thus far. As you guys are joining on, we are taking questions and comments about the Chiefs and the Cyclones. I got a lot more topics to get to if we don't have any questions or comments thus far, but I wanted to leave time for it and everything that goes with that. So Sunshine Kicks on TikTok says, Chiefs are done. Mahomes is washed. Go watch training camp today, my brother. Go watch training camp today and tell me Mahomes is washed. The Chiefs are coming back better than ever. Appreciate the comments, guys. Appreciate the likes. Appreciate the follows. This journey has been incredible. We are continuing to rock and roll. God is good. I'm a follower of Jesus Christ as well. And it has been awesome to see how the Lord has blessed this channel thus far. And yeah, so Sunshine Kicks where he threw the ball at the center's head. You got baited. That was one play out of 1,500. Go watch training camp today, my brother. Everyone clowning Patrick Mahomes for throwing the ball at the center's head like any other quarterback has not done that before at some point in their career. The ball slipped out of his hand. Go watch the deep ball today, Tyquan Thornton. That boy is back. That boy is back better than ever. Oh, I had to get that off my chest about Cyrus Allen, guys. I had to get that off my chest. Audio audience, I appreciate you guys. Hopefully I didn't disrupt your car travels or your chores or whatever you're doing listening to this. Noah is goated, says Cyrus Allen is going insane. When he's healthy, Noah, absolutely, he's going insane. Hopefully that boy is healthy very, very soon. Social New York says the Hall of Fame game ending was insane. We're live here. I did not see the ending of it. But preseason football is back. Football is back. And we are thankful to hear that. Where do we think Iowa State lies when it comes to their defensive front? We just give our defensive line preview over on Cyclone Kingdom. If you want to go check it out, like and subscribe. And we talked a lot about Bobby Terrell, and we talked a lot about Zamir Hawk. Those are two guys that are really going to, I think, step up and make plays for Iowa State. But what about outside of those guys? Is there anybody else that could potentially break through on that defensive line? As we look at the depth chart, shout out Phil Steele for the depth chart and for nothing else, because Phil Steele apparently hates Iowa State and our special teams. More to come on Cyclone Central this Saturday. But if you look at Iowa State's roster outside of Zamir Hawk, outside of Bobby Terrell, It's Bryson Lamb, it's Caden Crawford, and then it's a lot of guys that are still trying to make a name for themselves. So here's my take on that. I think Bobby Terrell, Isaac Terrell, whatever you want to call him, is a budding superstar. I think he's going to be one of the best pass rushers in the Big 12 and potentially could be one of the best pass rushers in the nation this year. I don't think that's a hot take. I think he's that good. I think Zamir Hawk is going to be given an opportunity to play ball this year. And not just be a rotational player, but be a mainstay piece on that forefront defensive line because the 3-3-5 is no longer a thing. I'm super excited for Zamir. One, because he stayed as a Cyclone. But two, because of everything he presents from a talent perspective. He's super talented, guys. He just is. He's super talented. So from a defensive line standpoint, it's fresh on my mind because we just talked about it on our channel. I think that Terrell leads the charge with that. He just does. And everything that comes along with the defensive pressure comes because of Bobby Terrell and comes because of his success. If he doesn't have success, then neither does the rest of the defensive line. That's really what it boils down to. But guys, the defense is so loaded. It's so loaded, and they're without Braden Knowles, who, by the way, was the top transfer safety in the nation when he came to Iowa State. From the safety position, there wasn't a transfer ranked higher than Braden Knowles. And he tears his ACL. Like, it's heart-wrenching. And you hope that he comes back. He can come back if he wants to. He can come back and ball out. That's what you hope. But why I'm excited for the defense is because of everybody else. We're about to talk about the linebackers tomorrow on our channel. If you want to check that out, our full linebacker preview. I can't wait to see Jesse Bobbitt get these dudes ready to rock and roll because they're going to keep Iowa State in games. The reason I'm pessimistic about the offense is because there's just a lot of revolving doors, a lot of new guys coming in, an offensive line that has basically hardly played together. With the defense, a lot of Washington State guys. And then the other ones are Iowa State guys like David Coffey, who's a budding superstar at corner. You got a lot of budding dudes, a lot of budding superstars that can turn into unreal players if they actually buy in. If they actually buy into what Jimmy Rogers is building. I almost said the process. I gotta get that Matt Campbell nonsense out of my head. If they buy into what Jimmy Rogers is doing, I think the defense will be one of the strongest units in the Big 12. In the nation is a lot more difficult because there's so many great defenses out there. But from a Big 12 standpoint, Iowa State's defense got a chance to be one of the best in the league. I just think they do. They were top 25 at Washington State, a lot of those guys. And you bring Jimmy Rogers and Jesse Bobbitt from that staff as well. Pete Menage, who we had on Cyclone Central. There's so much to like about this defense. There just is. So Noah's Goat says Jimmy Rogers is making this team look good. He is. Noah, you are spot on. Jimmy Rogers is building something special in Ames. He is. And it excites me to no end. It just does. So looking forward to padded practices and the rest of fall camp for Iowa State. We are less than a month away from Iowa State's first ever game under Jimmy Rogers against Southeast Missouri. Looking forward to it. Looking forward to seeing the Cyclones back on the field at Jack Trice Stadium. Should be a lot of fun. It should be a lot of fun. Little housekeeping as well as we finish up here. Make sure to like and subscribe for all Chiefs and Cyclones content. Follow us on X. Follow us on TikTok. Head over to Cyclone Central, our exclusive Iowa State podcast. Like and subscribe over there. Follow us on TikTok and X as well. And our family's channel. If you're into Disney type of stuff, like and subscribe over there. Follow us on TikTok. I appreciate you guys more than you know. We'll get to a couple of final comments for anybody that's still sticking around. We'll be here once a week. Usually on Thursdays. It might be a different day depending on what my schedule looks like with work. But we'll be here once a week to provide you guys all the Chiefs and Cyclones content from the week of games or news or whatever it is so that you guys stay up to date about all of it. And then we'll continue to roll out videos on our YouTube channel and on our TikTok. We just had a great conversation with Tucker Franklin from Kansas City Sports Network that we put up on our YouTube channel. If you guys want to go check that out. Tucker does a great job over there and just dropped an awesome documentary about the 2022-2023 Chiefs that is really well done. If you guys want to check that out as well. Any final things that I am missing? We'll be back once a week. Cyclone Central will be live Wednesdays and Saturdays on the Cyclone Central YouTube page. So make sure to like and subscribe over there because we will have all the live content for you, and we're having a lot of fun. Me and Owen are having a blast. Shout out to my guy over there at Top Tier Iowa State. He's at Top Tier Iowa State on X. I'm at Cyclone Kingdom on X. Cyclone Central is a separate X account as well. I think that does it for tonight's show, guys. I don't think I missed anything. I got everything off my chest about the Chiefs training camp. Hopefully there's no more injuries to talk about when we get back next week. Thank you, guys. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for making this a fun journey thus far. I have no idea what the Lord's going to do with this channel. It's still growing. It's still small, but it is in his hands. He is good. If you have not put your faith and trust in Christ, repent from your sins, put your faith and trust in him, and live. He is God of very God, the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords, lived the perfect life. Jesus Christ lived the perfect life we could not live, died the death that we deserved. If you put your faith and trust in him, recognize you're a sinner in need of grace, he is a God who saves. My name is AJ Caldwell. I'm a dire Chiefs and Cyclones fan. And as always, baby, roll Clones. And how about those Chiefs? God bless, guys.